RowdCast contains adult languages, adult situations, and adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the RowdCast. There's only one that is here, and that is now. I am your host, Jordan Rowdy Redloff. I'm the king of this shit. I made the RowdCast. I've been doing it for 6-7 months. Wow, it's been about 8 months now. Still at it, man. Still at it. Tonight I'm gonna have somebody join me. You know him very well. His name's Shane Hamer. He runs the podcast. It's called "We Messed It All Up, People." And his views are a little crazy, a little out there. Love chatting and picking his brain. There's a lot going on in the world right now, so I'm gonna have him call in, and we're gonna talk about some crazy stuff. Like always, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. You guys are the reason I keep doing this. Love my fans. Love everybody. It means a lot to me that you guys are still tuning in and still watching this and paying attention to what the RowdCast is about. So, we're getting down to 3 weeks left, and I'm heading back to the great state of Ohio, and the studio's gonna get made, and the RowdCast is only gonna get better. So we're gonna really kick it up a notch here in the next 3 weeks, and it's really interesting, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So stay with me. First off, man, the world's going crazy, man. It's fucking Ebola going on. You got Palestinians and Israelis bombing the shit out of each other, trying to kill each other. You got Russia and Ukraine, it's standoff. Russia's about to take over Ukraine. You got, what else going on? We're bombing Iraq again, bombing the ISIS faction, because we're, trying to keep those people safe that are being threatened by a militant group. Where to start, man? Where to start? That is the question. You want to talk about the Ebola epidemic going on. Over 28 people have died now. It's the worst it's ever been. The epidemic is it's never been this bad. We've never had this many casualties from Ebola. Ebola is a crazy, crazy virus. And if you get it, there's no cure for it. So it's pretty much, it's like a 95% casualty rate. So fatality is almost definite. And we had 2 Americans contract Ebola virus, and they got it over there trying to help out, which is sad. They were trying to do the right thing and help these people quarantine the Ebola, and in the process they got it themselves. So, and for the first time ever, we've brought these people back into the United States. We brought them into Atlanta, actually, where I'm at, because the CDC is here. The Center for Disease Control is located in Atlanta, Georgia. So they brought them here into a special hospital, quarantined, and they're working on them to try to find a cure. And one of the doctors actually says he's getting stronger daily. He feels like he's getting better, so maybe they have some cure. The fuck do we know? Maybe they've been hiding out. They have the cure for Ebola the whole time. Shit, they might have the cure for AIDS and cancer. We don't know. We have no idea. They make a lot of money off of cancer and cancer patients and AIDS patients. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen with those 2 patients. And there's been some other cases popping up that they think, people have been traveling possibly have contracted it. So it's going to be crazy to see what happens. It's going to be real interesting what happens with those patients, what continues to happen with Ebola, if we can get it quarantined and get it, kill the virus again, because we have many times. But yeah, very interesting, very crazy. Um, any virus, man, is crazy. And I did a RowdCast a long time ago about viruses and super flu and what could wipe out, the United States and wipe out the world. And this is, right down that same fucking path. It's kind of scary. It's a little overwhelming that could, happen. What other way would we go than some kind of flu that, by touch or airborne or something that you get it, there's not really a chance of a comeback. So, it's, like I said, interesting to see what's going to go on with that epidemic. It's scary, scary times. And I mean, we've had bird flu and swine flu and, all these super bugs and super flus that we've dealt with over the years, the years that I've been alive. But none of them are as scary as Ebola, I've seen Outbreak, man. I know how that shit goes down. So it's just something to be alert about, something to pay attention about, in the news. And it's hard to watch the news and, the media, because you don't know or believe what they, exactly what they say. You just don't, you never know with the fucking media. Next thing that pops in my mind is we're back to bombing Iraq again. We thought we were out, we were done. Supposedly none of our boots are going to hit the ground again, but we're drone attacks, military attacks from the air, airstrikes. And the funny thing is, talking about the media, like I heard the other day, and this is something I want to talk about with my guest tonight, is they said, these ISIS military, that they're worse than Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is afraid of them. This is what the media is saying. I heard the other night, they're devil worshippers, and they're trying to kill Christians. All the groups that they're attacking, and they're saying that you need to convert to Islam, and they actually worship the devil. This is what the media is saying. Like, do you really believe that? I mean, are they really devil worshippers, or is that just propaganda to get us to, let's bomb the shit out of them, kill them all? You gotta be, the media picks and chooses what they use and what they say to get us to jump on board. If you remember, when we went to Iraq the first time, in Afghanistan, all the stuff that the Bush administration told us, and the chemicals, weapons of mass destruction, and chemical weapons, and all that stuff, it turned out that they didn't have any of that. They had nothing. So it's, you just gotta, you pick and choose what you pay attention to and what you believe, because it's interesting the way that our media tells us things and reveals the truth to us. They do it slowly. They do it, not always do we get all the facts. We get what they tell us and what they want us to believe, which is not always the truth. So, I wonder, we said we wouldn't do it again, and here we are, we're back again bombing them. So, do I think these people need help? Obviously, yes. You say, you can't police the world, though. We're not the people to, we're Team America. Go Team America always. We go in and we, bomb the shit out of them, and we go in and shoot them all up and take them home. That's what we do. And, sometimes it just, is that the American way? That's the way that we've been living and what we believe and what we continue to do, but is that the true American way and the way things should be? I don't know. Possibly, possibly not. It's like I said, it's interesting times that we live in, and I mean, you believe what you want. If you want to believe that this is, this is correct, and this is what they're telling us is 100% the truth, and these guys are devil worshippers, and we're killing them, and blah blah, then you believe that. But there's always more to the story. And you got with Russia going on, and the Ukraine. I mean, that's scary. Russia wants the Ukraine so bad. That was always a part of Russia, and Putin wants that, and Putin usually gets what he wants. again, I've done a RowdCast on Putin and Russia and how crazy they have, because the last couple months, you know, we've seen Russia's true colors and what they're doing and what they're about. It's interesting, you know. It is very, very interesting, and I don't know what is going to happen over there. I mean, it's just different times that we're living in, and you know, it's really freaking crazy to think. You know, if he wanted to, all Putin's got to do is snap his fingers, and they'll take it back. I mean, that's for sure. So, you know, they have all these troops, thousands of troops lined up at the border, like they're about to roll in again, and you know, like I said, all he's gonna do is say the word, and that shit's fucking gonna hit the fan. It's like a powder keg, you know, ready to fucking explode. And right now, with everything else going on, you know, there's too much other shit going on, you know. It'll be perfect time for Putin to make that play and fucking and go and take it. So it's man, you know, it's intense. And then you also have this shit in Palestine and Israel. You know, it's fucking intense, man. You know, they have these, they bomb the fuck out of each other, kill a bunch of people, kill a bunch of innocent kids and women and people, men, and then they have like a ceasefire for 72 hours so they can go and scrape the fucking bodies off the pavement and through all the bodies, and then they start bombing each other again. You know, half the time they break the fucking ceasefires and start killing each other again. I mean, that's scary, man. You know, could you imagine living there? Every day, you don't know. You just cross your fingers and hope that, you know, a bomb ain't gonna, you're gonna go to the store and a bomb ain't gonna land next to you and blow you up. I mean, these people are something we're dealing with, and that's also, you know, have we, you know, what we hear in the media there, is that true? You know, is that real? It's interesting, you know. We don't know what, you know, what's going to happen. You know, they just make the Palestinians out that they're so bad, and they're these terrorists, and the terrorists pretty much run their government, and that's what's going on, and you know, that's just what we continue to hear over and over again. But is that the truth? That's, you know, is you know, you talk to someone that's from Palestine, they may tell you a total different story, because there's always two sides to every story. You know, we are allies with Israel. Israel does no wrong. We're always on Israel's side. It's always been that way. So, you know, I wonder about that too. It's again the media, and that's what we hear. That's what we hear over and over. They're terrible. They're terrorists. Terrorists run them. You can't tell me that everyone in their government is terrorists and everyone in their country is terrorists. There's a lot of innocent people that are dying there also. So we take it with a grain of salt, is what I'm saying. I just don't always believe everything that you hear. You know, just because it's on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC or something, you know, we automatically just take it as truth and believe it all. And the U.S. media, time and time again, has been proven that it's just, you know, it's a hoax, man. It's a bunch of bullshit that they feed us over and over again, you know, and hide stuff from us and leave out details. And, you know, you can spin a story any way that you want to spin a story. You know, you can take a little Jimmy fucking, you know, he went down to the store and, you know, bought a pack of bubble gum, and he was coming back, you know, and he got shot and killed. You know, stray bullet or blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, you find out that, you know, maybe little Jimmy was robbing places and, you know, he was running with gangs, or, you know, there's more to the story. They don't always, I mean, if you look at Trayvon Martin, you know, and I'm not saying that the kid wasn't murdered, but, you know, there's a lot of facts that they left out. They showed just pictures of him smiling and as a little kid and stuff, but, you know, there's also pictures of him, you know, with tattoos and pulling up and, you know, just looking, you know, with guns and stuff like that, you know, and they showed, it's just, he's not exactly who they portrayed, you know, and it was a kid murdered and someone should have been paid the price for it. I definitely think so. I think that he was acquitted and that was wrongfully acquitted. But, you know, the media also didn't show us everything. At the beginning, the things they lay down at face value aren't always every fact that you see. There's so much stuff that's behind and shoved under a rug, and you really got to dig to figure out. You know, there's so many things that have happened in history where, you know, if you ask a lot of people, they'll tell you, you know, how it went down, but realistically, when you do the facts, nothing like that at all. You know, you talk about someone like Christopher Columbus or something, you know, like, we have a day for Christopher Columbus. This is one pisses me off so bad. We have a day for Christopher Columbus. We've celebrated Christopher Columbus Day. The banks close on Christopher Columbus Day. Because why? Because he found America. He was the one to find America, which realistically, he didn't find America. People had been to America way before that. Vikings and stuff had been to America. There's already people here. That's what we fucking forget. The Native Americans, what about the people that fucking lived here? That we fucking, you know, we pretty much wiped out and shoved together. But we celebrate this man that, you know, came and stole someone else's country. And I'm glad to be an American. I'm glad to be living in this soil in North America, and I think it's the best continent, best country there is. But all the facts aren't there. And if you ask a lot of people, that's what they're going to tell you is, you know, never the bad stuff. It's only the good stuff. You know, and you just can't live your life like that. I'm a realist. You know, I accept real facts. You know, whether good or bad, whether I want to hear it or not, the truth is the truth. You know, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's not the truth and it didn't happen. So I have to take the facts, I need to lay them down, I need to look at them, read them, do my research before I talk about something, and make sure that I'm not spouting off the mouth about something that never fucking happened or is completely inaccurate. And, you know, just to spin the story a certain way. It's, you know, it's fucking madness, really. But, I mean, that's our media, that's what we live in, that's what we deal with every day. It's really interesting to see how, you know, in the future, how it's going to continue. Is it going to get worse? Will it get better? How will the media respond? You know, how will it continue? Will it go on? The networks. The future is interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, we you know, have this so much stuff going on right now, you know, technology wise, like what we're gonna do with, you know, fucking, you know, how Facebook is changing and modeling and doing this, and how we're talking about putting robots on the battlefield to fight. You know, that's something I talked about a long time ago. They're really gonna do this. They're gonna start putting robots out there, you know, strapping boots on them, and fucking Terminator. I mean, that's the goddamn Terminator. No joke. I mean, then the fucking machines take over. You know, iRobot type shit. Who knows, man? It's, you know, the technology is crazy. We're gonna have cars that are gonna be hovering and drive themselves. We got, you know, they're already, you know, putting chips and stuff in people's heads to correct disorders and, you know, certain, muscle movements and stuff that people are born with, and cerebral palsy and stuff like that. You know, making robotic arms and shit for amputees, robotic legs. That react to the brain. I mean, I just watched the new RoboCop the other night, and that fucking shit is not that far-fetched, man. It is not that fucking far-fetched. We are so close to that shit that it's scary. If you think of like fucking Star Wars, and you had the fucking, Princess Leia coming out and standing in front of you, in a little hologram, it's really, really fucking interesting. Because that's not far. I mean, the next phones, that's what's going to be. There's going to be little holograms coming out of your fucking phones of people, talking to you. You're going to sit there and they're going to see you fucking standing there talking, and then you're going to see them standing there talking. I mean, it's only a matter of time until that happens. That's 100% the fact. 1 second. It's we're living in an age where when we were growing up in the 80s, science fiction movies and stuff that we used to watch are not that far from becoming reality. Things that you thought were so crazy and so out there and just could never happen. I mean, we're dealing with them every day. We're seeing them. We're seeing they'll come into life, and who knows what's next. Once we achieve that, what do we go to next? That's the questions that are asked, because we don't know. We have no idea. It's crazy, man. 2014, and think how much things have changed, how much technology's changed, how much people have changed, our society's changed, fashion has changed. It's getting to that, like, what happens in 15 more years? What happens in 25 more years? What happens in 50 more years? I don't know if I'll be around then. I hope so. But what's going to happen then? What's going on then? I'm excited, but I'm scared. I'm fucking weirded out, man. We might all not be here. Who knows? Asteroid wipes us out. Somebody person drops a fucking A-bomb. We all start dropping fucking A-bombs, and we kill each other. I truly think that us. I really don't think anything physical will wipe us out. We can tough through storms, and we can tough through meteors, and we can tough through this and that. But I think if we're going to go, if our civilization is going to go, and our civilization is going to perish, and we're going to crumble, it's going to be man-made. It's going to be something that we did, that we fucked up. Frankenstein's monster. It's going to be something that we fucked around with. HARP, doing that shit, shooting radio waves into the air and trying to control the weather, and into the ground for the tectonic plates and shit. I mean, if you've been paying attention to the weather, man, weather has been, the last couple of years, scary, especially this year. You got tsunamis, fucking, every other couple months, fucking the hurricanes are raging, just wiping shit out. Monsoons, fucking flooding, tornado season's been terrible. The earthquakes, every day. The tectonic plates have been so active, more active than they have been in the last 30 years. And I mean, why is all this happening? Is it just Earth's just having a bad day? Mother Nature's on her period. I want to know. it's you know, she's just having her time of the month. Her a couple of years, she's pissed off. I'm interested to continue to see what happens with the weather because it's fucking insane, man. Like, I mean, I just think we gotta mind our P's and Q's and see how things are. Because I think, you know, I hate to be negative or be, you know, against everything or it's what up, bro?
What's going on?
What are you doing, you crazy motherfucker?
Oh, not much. Just going through the fucking internet looking for news and shit.
It's been a crazy week though for news, hasn't it?
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah, the world's about to fucking go to hell, man. It's getting real fucking crazy.
I think it's like there, dude.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it, dude, it's like if you're not born in America, you're probably born in like some shitty fucking craziness, like absolute madness right now.
Right. Yeah, that's the kind of how it
Think
seems.
about it, like their baby's being born right now into essentially pits of hell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you think about going bombing Iraq again and going back to that?
Dude, I don't even know what to, I mean, that's a hard fucking question right there, Rowdy. I mean, yeah, you want to help people.
Yeah.
But what were the reasons being there in the first place?
Exactly. Bullshit.
I mean,
Made up.
So what would be a real reason to help them now? Just, I mean, everything went to shit again over there.
And it's more likely it's going to go to shit again once we leave again, you know? It's like, how long can you know, I just love, like, the media. You know, if you pay attention to the fucking media talking about it, and they're like, you know, I just heard the other night, they're devil worshippers. Al-Qaeda doesn't even want to fuck with these guys. Like really? Is that what you fucking, like, is that for real, or is that propaganda? Like, they're devil worshippers. They're trying to kill Christians.
Like, there's so much propaganda anymore, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, for all we know, like, I'm not saying that this is anything true, but, you know, there could be nothing going on over there, and we wouldn't have any idea.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't.
The whole Middle East is bombing the shit out of each other, but essentially we would have no idea unless we flew over there.
Yeah. Those fucking drones, man. Let the goddamn Terminators take care of them. You know, we just fucking beep 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 beep.
That's what it's getting to, dude. Like, that's what it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have fucking robots with guns, dude, running around fucking on battlefields. That's for sure. I was just talking about that. Yeah, it's we're like we're almost there. Like, we're a couple inches away from doing that. You know, our Department of Defense is already talking about it. So it's like gonna let the fucking technology take care of it, and that's what happens. What happens when technology gets smarter than we do? You know, that's fucking crazy. What did you think about that, what was it, Tony Stewart? Isn't that shit crazy?
Yeah, dude, I watched that, and here's the thing about that.
I didn't see the video. Like, I didn't even get a chance to watch it. But...
see, Tony Stewart, man, he's
NASCAR, right?
He's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead?
I mean, what he does for the sport is amazing.
Yeah.
Because the World of Outlaws sprint car racing was pretty much bankrupt, and he pretty much, like, bought the series and, you know, pretty much saved sprint car racing, like professional sprint car racing. And he's a racing junkie.
Yeah.
And he'll go out there and he'll race with whatever it is, Sprint Cup now, or whatever, Nextel Cup, or whatever the hell they still call it, I'm not even sure, but he'll go race with all, you know, Dale Jr., you know, Jeff Gordon, he'll go race with all those guys, but he'll go right out with your amateur drivers and be just as competitive.
Really?
And what I could see him doing is maybe, you know, because the camera angle I've seen, like the car in front of Tony Stewart, that dude kind of followed it and then it went back, so you couldn't really see Tony swerve. But I mean, when you're a male and you have testosterone and you're pissed off, you're just getting in an accident, and now this young punk's coming out pointing his finger at you. my instinct is, I might swerve at you a little bit just to scare you. Hey, I'm the fucking man. Get the fuck out of my way. And I wouldn't be surprised if he swerved a little bit because you can hear him hit his gas.
Yeah.
You can hear him hit the throttle. And it's, I don't know. He could have been hitting the throttle to try to get out of the way of him, but that was, that's big fucking, that could have criminal.
Oh, yeah. They're looking into it. That's what I read, is that they were looking at pressing charges on him. But I didn't get to see the video, so I wondered your take on that.
That would be horrible. It's horrible either way, but it's just, that's just a freak thing. And you got to understand, Tony Stewart's a millionaire out there racing with some dude who, is racing paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And he just got wrecked by a millionaire, and those guys, you see it all the time in these little tracks. We got a little track here in Attica, and they bring, top quality racers in, with a lot of money, and when, they get into it with these other guys, they don't take too kindly to it. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's I wondered what you thought about that. That's some nuts shit, man. Fucking intense, man. But I wondered if it was, I didn't see the video. I just read a bunch about it, and I wondered if you thought it was on purpose. You never know.
You know what? I'm going to look up and see how many people actually die in sprint car crashes every year, because I think it's pretty common. I've been to a couple where people have died.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've been to Attica, and I've seen some people get hurt pretty bad. Anytime race tracks, I've seen some bad injuries, but I don't think I've ever seen I've been to one that anyone died at, though. I don't think so. But, yeah, that's racing is dangerous, man. That shit's fucking, you gotta have some fucking balls, man, to be doing that shit. That ain't,
Yeah, I can't even find anything. Wikipedia might have something here. As soon as I type in how many people died in sprint car races, it just blew up Tony Stewart, all the fucking.
Of course, that's all that's in the news right now. Yeah, I'm trying to think what you think about, what was I saying? Fucking Ebola, man. That shit is fucking out of control, man.
Right down there by you.
Yeah, they brought the people. The first time ever in U.S. history, they fucking.
Why the fuck would they do that?
They bring them. It's because of the CDC.
That's what's gonna take us out, man.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
I don't think it's gonna be bombs.
No.
I could see someone dropping some fucking bombs and fucking shit up, but they ain't gonna take out the world.
No.
They could if everyone started dropping their bombs, but I think someone dropped their bombs, some other shit would happen, and everyone would be like, what the fuck are we doing? Awaken people, but a virus, man, that's a blind killer, dude.
Yeah.
That'd take you out of the game. And there's viruses, the healthier you are, the more receptible you are to them or whatever.
The thing I wonder about these Ebola patients is, in order to get Ebola, it has to be like bodily fluids, or like you have to swap somehow intake, blood or fucking, through
sex or whatever.
Sex or like liquid, like it's through waste, like shit and piss, like.
Oh.
How did these two die? You never know what the fuck they were doing, but if you would think they would be taking the precautions, fucking around with Ebola, how did that fucking happen? I don't know, it just seems crazy. They bring them to Atlanta because the CDC, they're doing tests on them.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I read this thing too that the doctor says he's feeling stronger and stronger every day because it has like a 97% like mortality rate. If you get it, you're pretty much done for. There's been a few people that have survived, but it's pretty much wipes you out. But supposedly he said he's getting stronger, so who knows? Maybe they have a fucking cure. They've been holding on forever. It's probably right in the vault, right next to the cure for cancer and the cure for AIDS.
They know the cure for everyone knows the cure for cancer.
Yep. THC, the fucking cannabis oil. You just fucking inject it into your forehead and it fucking makes cancer die. You never know, man. You never know. But that's the thing. You know how much money they fucking make? Like working in pharmacy. How much money?
That's the thing. You gotta look at it. How many jobs are involved?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Look at prison.
Chemotherapy.
You go after inner city ghettos going after black males and everything. Essentially, they're just gonna grab you up for slinging crack or something, and then they're gonna throw you in a fucking prison. And for a non-violent crime. You got busted with possession. Now, 3 strikes, you're out. Now you're in life in prison. And okay, now just think about how many jobs are involved in that prison. Like someone has to type up his paperwork. Someone has to drive him to court. Someone has to drive him to the prison. Someone has to serve his food. Someone has to bring, truck his food in. It's a whole industry, and that's where our fucking country is, in a mess. We have privatized prisons, big pharma. All these jobs are created out of what is not good for America.
Yeah.
Okay, like if you look at something, my phone dies. I'll call you back.
All right.
But essentially, you got okay, and you look around and you see what's inside the ghetto, and you see, these people they're not getting educated. There's drugs, and you should look into fix that. That should be your game plan, but instead their game plan is to lock these people up and just essentially, create slaves.
Yep. Keep feeding.
I mean, that's no different with the whole big pharma industry and a lot of this. This country doesn't create products like it used to.
Yeah.
It's all our money just keeps interchanging hands inside this country. It seems like.
And I like the drugs for like hepatitis C. Shit's ridiculous, bro. Shit's like injections and stuff that you have to take. It's like for one injection, like $2,500. So a lot of these people having fucking money, like you might as well just fucking die because you're not.
Well, like a part of how are people getting this fucked up to begin with? Yeah. I mean, it's one thing when you get in a bad car accident, you get all fucked up and shit, but like a lot of these people, they're just shitty health, horrible diets, and they got the same shitty factory job where they stand on concrete all day. And next thing you know, their lower back's gone.
Yeah.
And then doctors and big pharma, they're licking their chops for people like that. Well, let's do this. They don't know what the hell's going on, really.
One thing you said, you've said a bunch of times that I totally agree with is like, you go to a doctor now and it's like, it's not even like, the first thing is, what do you want me to, what should I prescribe you? What kind of drug? Or you getting dizzy? I got stuff for that. You fucking kind of crazy a little bit? I got stuff for that.
Yeah, you're a guinea pig.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'll throw this at you. This drug's new. Why don't you try this? I have all these people in this pharmacy, and then they ask us, and it's like, we don't know. It's brand new. Your doctor prescribed it to you. You probably should ask your doctor. I don't know. It's like...
Well, it's like the pharmaceutical representatives and shit that come into the doctor's office,
Yeah.
They take them out, they'll bring everyone in Red Lobster for lunch, and, as long as you keep selling
They just brought in fucking ice cream bars and stuff for us the other day for this fucking, new drug. He goes, I brought you guys all ice cream bars. I brought you here a bunch of boxes of ice cream. And he's like, I just put my stickers on them. And I'm like, what? And he just hands them to everybody. It's just like, what? And they buy us pizza and fucking... But, I mean, since I'm leaving my job, I'll say something that I probably shouldn't say. We'll give you a little fucking tidbit of information. I noticed, like, with my farm, not all the pharmacists, but some of them, they fucking, like, we have these new products that come out, like, our owner, the CEO, he's a pharmacist, and he owns all these other, he bought all these pharmacies, rich as fuck, super rich. So, what he did is he bought this patent to this, his name's Lauren Pierce, which I probably shouldn't be saying his name, whatever, but, so he bought this fucking patent. There used to be these drugs. It was called Dr. Pierce's, favorite blends or whatever. Dr. Pierce's special aids or whatever. He bought the patent and then he's manufacturing those as his own now. And they tell all the stores like, sell those instead. Sell those And the people, the pharmacists, they come in, they ask like, what should I use for a probiotic? Oh, use Dr. Pierce's probiotic. It's the best one. It's like, is that really the best one? You're just fucking, he's giving you some kind of kickback by fucking selling his product, but you're lying to these people and telling them because they trust you. You're the pharmacist, And I just
Yeah.
I think that's kind of fucked up, man. We don't know if those are fucking good. Those could be shit, dude. It could be fucking snake oil in a fucking pill, dude. Who knows?
You don't know, and that's the other thing too. Like, I mean, we have the technology to do our own research, really.
Yeah.
So if you're relying on someone else to fix your problems, then you're probably going to be worse off than you were. You know, like anything really. Like, you know, I got this herniated disc in my neck, and you know, they just wanted to write me off. They wrote me a prescription for a nerve blocker, and so it could get better, it could get worse, and it's like, you know, well, there's, you know, what's the problem here? What do we need to do to fix this? So now I'm looking on the internet, looking at things, changing my diet, trying different supplements, looking at this one stuff called Longevity, and I'm going to try that out for a couple months, see what that does.
I've heard of that before. Has it got better at all?
Inversion tables are another thing I want to get into. You know, hanging upside down and, you know, natural decompression and everything.
Yeah. Has it gotten any better at all? Is it still pretty bad?
The numbness in my arms kind of went away for the most part. But if I, like, look straight up, like, it'll, you know, pinch the nerve right away. But as far as, you know, just being normal, like in a normal posture and everything, it's not too bad. But I don't know. Hopefully it starts getting better here soon, though.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, your back and your spine is so fucking crucial. I mean, there's two things that are fucking super crucial to your living. That's your spine and that's your brain. You know, and your heart.
Yeah.
I'd say three. Your heart's pretty important too. But other than that, I mean, those are things that shit starts getting fucked up with those, you're in trouble. And, yeah, man. Sorry. I hope you know. And that's what I would do too. Is research. Natural is the way to go, man. Natural remedies and natural. We have no idea, man. We just scratch the surface. We're in a fucking. Yeah. We're in a world where it's what kind of pill you want to take and what, you know, how you want to feel. Fucking, you know, we're pretty much. I mean, if you think too, a lot of pills, dude. I truly think this. It's mind over matter, man. It's fucking.
It is.
It's you believe. Exactly, you believe that.
You could give someone a placebo. Yeah. Someone who's depressed, give them a placebo, dude, and they're like, this is going to make you happy. Yep. And they're just, you know, it's going to work.
And that's like, this guy, you know, as like I can use an example. This guy came in yesterday, and he's like, you know, I've been taking this one, you know, it's a generic of this pill, and he's like, you guys gave me a different one. And you know, the generics are exactly the same as the brand. They're all the same. They're manufactured exactly the same, you know, dosage, everything. The chemicals are exactly the same. He comes in and he's like, well, you guys gave me this other generic and you guys said it was the same, but it's just not working the same. It's just I don't feel the same when I take it. And it's like, it is the same though. He's like, it could just be my brain though. I'm like, it is your brain. Like, you're fucking, it's the exact same drug, man. Like, there's nothing different at all. It's exactly compounded chemically, exactly the same. But you believe that the other one does something special for you. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I believe, like, half these people that are diagnosed, these kids that with ADD, ADHD, and fucking, like, you know, they give them Seroquel and shit, fucking.
Honestly, I feel like you shouldn't be giving kids medication at all.
No, man, and that's what I'm saying. Half of it is you tell a kid that he's sick. If you tell a kid that he's sick, you know, over and over and over again, the kid's gonna be sick. You're fucking programming that in his brain, man.
It'd be like if you were like 5 years old and I told you you're allergic to dogs. Yeah. You would either, you know, either think that your entire life, or you would actually become allergic to dogs.
Yeah. I agree.
I truly believe that.
I agree. And, you know, I think your mind is so powerful, like, that you can alter, and you know, that's what I want to, like, I always talk about this before, like, what happens when you can use that movie that just came out, I forget what it's called, about the chick that can use, you know, 100% of her brain, and she can, like,
Limitless?
Huh?
Limitless?
Not Limitless, it just came out, it's in theaters right now.
Oh, it just came out.
God, it's the name of a girl.
Okay, I think I've seen the preview.
But Morgan Freeman in the previews, he's like, you know, if you could, he said, you know, the whole human brain only uses 10% of your brain. He's like, she can use all 100%. And he's like, she's slowly being able to use more and more. And she can, like, slow down time and do all that shit. It's like, man, what could really you do if you fucking, you know, I believe that certain people have a gift.
I think that's going on. Like, your whole third eye, like, you know, like, I talk about it all the time. Like, when I close my eyes, I see shit. Like, you know, whether it's my imagination or, you know, but, you know, basically what I feel like when I close my, you my two eyes that everyone sees and everything. When I close them, as soon as I close them, I'm opening my third.
Yeah.
And I'm looking into a whole different world. Now, like right now, I'm not too in tune with that world, but if I was, in meditation or something, I would come alive in that. And it's like in my dreams and everything, like, with the alpha brain that I take, my dreams become real, like where they're, where I have lucid dreams. I don't have them so much, but on occasions I'm like, oh my God, I realize, hey, I'm dreaming right now. And like you can kind of control what you're doing in your dream and enjoy it as you're experiencing that as it's a reality.
Are you talking about like lucid dreaming? Like
yeah.
Yeah, I see. I don't really understand that quite, but I believe it. I mean, it's true. It's real. It's definitely real, and there's definitely different wavelengths that you can live on that certain people will never be able to touch. And if you're negative and you don't open your brain, then you're never going to be able to tap into your potential. And
Well, see, I think, and I kind of think that's why, like, the civilization's been dumbed down. Like,
yeah.
I feel like some really smart people, whether it was in like acid test days with the CIA or whatever, but they came across these other consciousness, and they kind of felt that if people are aware of these consciousness, that who knows what could happen.
Yeah.
If everyone in the whole world has some kind of psychedelic experience, that would change everything. I mean, I would say probably almost, I wouldn't say half the world has had psychedelic experiences, but I would say probably, I would say 30%, I would hope, have had them, and that's kind of, part of the reason why I feel they're illegal. People are dumbed down, like the fluoride's put in the water, and it's all, I hate to sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist all the time, but essentially that's what it would be, that they don't, your government doesn't want a bunch of smart people running around, being creative. They want a bunch of people who barely have time, watch shitty, propaganda-filled news channels, are in debt, so they have to go to work every day and don't get to, go chase their dreams and stuff like that. And that's how this country works. That's how the war machine keeps fed. They figured out how to keep us down and keep them up. And I think, psychedelic experiences can really open people's eyes to what world they're really living into, and change it. I mean, I'm only one person. I can't change much myself, but if I get 10 of my buddies with me that with the same ideas, we can go into a small community and change something. And if we got 100 people, and so on and so on, of people with the same ideas,
it's contagious too.
That's how change is made.
Yeah, it's contagious too. Once you start to see changes happen, you got a little proof behind it. A lot of people get them to jump on, and that's what we need, man. We need big changes. Who knows what's gonna happen when the fucking presidency comes? Because it's gonna be a scary election, scary time. Right now, I already think our president's a fucking pussy. They're already, testing the fucking. I heard China just fucking. Did you hear this shit? They just like took over an island. Like went on and like I was hearing something about it. I don't know. I haven't checked my facts on it though. I'm not positive. Supposedly, like just because Obama's not really doing shit. I mean, that's why Putin's pressing the buttons and doing what the fuck he wants to do. He's about to take Ukraine. He's about to snatch that up. But I guess China just like a couple weeks ago or something, they just invaded this fucking like one of these Japanese islands or North Korean islands or South Korean islands, and they just fucking took it over. Told them take a fucking hike. And nobody. It wasn't big in the news. No one said nothing. The president didn't say shit. They just fuck it, man. We got a president that's, when Obama came into office, I was really happy. But it just doesn't seem that, he's doing what he needs to be fucking doing. And it's gonna be a scary fucking election, man. That's all I can say. It'll be real.
I hate to say it, but like I just think our system is totally broke.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think whoever gets elected it's not going to matter because you can't change things that fast. And like, I mean, there's so much more to the picture than meets the eye. You know, there's so many dirty handshakes going on behind the scenes that I mean, it's like essentially, if you want to get shit done, you got to have a 1,000,000-man march.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, like, you see something going on, you got to have 1,000,000 motherfuckers show up at the White House. And they're like, no, we don't want to go to war, you know, and they're like, you know, we're not going to allow gays to get married. Well, then have 1,000,000 people show up at the White House. No, let gays get married. Okay, we're gonna switch that around. Gays can marry each other, you know.
Well, you know, like,
let's legalize. You know, a million motherfuckers can change. You know, we'll freak people out essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
You get 1,000,000 people together, you can change some shit. And that's what I don't understand about, like, you know, these rock bands and shit. You know, if the Foo Fighters got together and said, hey, all you motherfuckers, I want to get 1,000,000 of you guys together in fucking Cleveland, you know, and we're going to change something.
Yeah. I
could see, you know, a rock band's fans following them. Yeah. And then that's just one rock band, you know. Yeah. Get the Foo Fighters, get Tool, get the Chili Peppers, get 9 Inch Nails, and have them, you know, fucking call their fucking, you know, Tool's, you know, fan page is called Tool's Army, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And
well, they're like, it's like cult.
And that's why I never understood why they don't. Like, I mean, you could really change shit.
Music's so powerful. Yeah, they could definitely get some shit to change. You know, like, but who knows why? You know, could be the same.
Change the world with music, man. That's the craziest thing in the world. Man.
I may sound like a conspiracy theorist here too, but you know, maybe that's the reason. Is because they're all tied into the same people. You know, to be famous. You know, and to be a politician, and they're, like you said, they're all shaking dirty hands behind the scenes. Who knows? They gotta be good with Lucifer. Got him.
Something, man.
You know, I don't know, man. Who knows? But it's but you're right. You know, you would think that all they gotta do is, you know, snap their fingers, and we're all there doing what they say. You know, if Dave Grohl told me to fucking jump off a bridge, I'd jump off a goddamn bridge.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
It's crazy, man. Real fucking crazy. But, you know, it's, the world is, like you said, it's certain people someone's being born right now in just utter hell. And, you know, who knows, their life's gonna be shit, you know. They don't even have a chance.
Shit's fucked up here in America, but dude, we got it good, man.
Yeah, we got it real good. That is so true. You know, we don't have to fight for our food, and we don't have to fucking, you know, steal just to eat. And
most of us don't.
No, yeah, you're right. Some people do. You're right, man. But so you got any hunting coming up, or any videos coming out?
Well, I've been trying to piece some footage together for my deer hunts from last fall. The video footage it's just not as good as my last one with my hog hunt and everything, but I'll probably still piece it together and put it out there just for fun. But really looking forward to this hunting season, man. It's I think it's going to be a good one. I know work's been slow right now, so I see it being real busy during deer season, so it's going to be kind of, I can tell it's going to be a frustrating to get as much time out as I want, but I got to get out and find some new property to hunt. I lost a couple pieces of property last year. The farmer's grandson starts hunting it, and you know, which I understand. If my grandpa owned a bunch of land, there wouldn't be no one hunting on it.
Exactly.
Me, so.
Yeah, you can't be mad about
but
that.
I got to find me a couple new spots, get my trail cameras out here in the next week or two, and just be hoping for the best.
You gotta take me on a hunt, man. You gotta take me
on a good one. Well, you're gonna be back in town, so we'll definitely get you set up. I mean, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm pumped
get you a crossbow or get you set up for gun hunting or something. But we'll definitely take you out hunting and get you on video and everything. It'll be a blast.
Yeah, dude, I'm down for that. Definitely, because that video that you did the hog hunt, that was an awesome video, man.
Yeah.
Very, very good, and I look forward to seeing more of those because those were It was a lot of fun to watch that. You did a really good job.
Yeah,
You did a good job
I
with
hope
King.
in the next decade I can really put some footage down and maybe get some free hunts out of it one of these days or something. You know.
Well, you never know who's watching. You know, keep putting that shit up on the
Yeah.
internet. Keep, passing it along. I'll pass it along for you. For some reason, I get so many people look at my shit, and I don't know why. It kind of weirds me out a little bit sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think see any of the shit with the new Facebook Messenger thing?
What's that?
Have you seen read any of the shit about the new Facebook Messenger? Oh man, dude! Like you know how now it's mandatory that you download another program. Do you realize that?
Not really, but
you have a new program now because you messaged me on it the other day.
yeah.
So you have a new program and it's all phones. It's available for all phones, iPhone, Android. There's not one phone it doesn't work for. You download this little app, and it's now you're not gonna be able to message inside Facebook anymore. You have to message through their little app, but you can message anybody at any time, just like you would text anybody that has Facebook. But I mean, that's the thing. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, why are you changing this when we could text? I could message somebody anyway.
Yeah.
There's something behind.
I mean, every fucking app you got on your phone. Do you read the terms and conditions?
Nope, nobody does, and that's what
exactly.
you need to.
And essentially, it's saying, hey, anything that goes through here, all your dick pics, all the booty pics coming in, we get that. Yep. So that's getting stored somewhere on the cloud or wherever. But if you're using their app, that's their property.
Yep, you're right. That Snapchat and shit, the NSA came out or whatever. They steal.
Well,
Snapchat.
there's a whole. That terms and conditions a whole fucking game too. There's a documentary I haven't watched yet, but I heard a lot of good things about it called Terms and Conditions on Netflix.
Really?
And yeah, I haven't found it yet on there or anything, but I heard about it, and essentially, like if like you start reading these, like what it'll do, it gives up all your contact info, like. Essentially, steals everything in your phone, and then it will categorize stuff. Certain apps will sell your locate positioning and everything, so it will see okay, Shane likes to go to Starbucks every day.
Yep.
So that's gonna throw ads at me on my Facebook account. Everything's in cahoots with each other.
Yep.
My Snapchat, is in cahoots with Facebook. Which is in cahoots with, in cahoots with fucking Twitter, and it's all they got their own little social network of what people like, what ads they like, what products they like, and it's there's so much going on. The normal person has no idea how big the picture of really how the world uses.
They had something on the news the other night, or it's on this video I was watching the news. I remember someone that was really smart with the iPhone, and they were showing all the people do you know that your iPhone tracks everywhere you go, what time you go?
Exactly. You can pull it up on your phone. So you got an old lady.
It'll say how many times you went to Starbucks.
You can get on her phone, go to her settings, go to tracking device, and it'll show you where she was at, for how long, what days, what phone calls she's made from those places. You can turn it off too.
Yeah, well, that's what she was showing.
No one knows that.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that when you buy the phone. That is because the one thing that freaked me out. I got two things I got to tell you that freaked me out, and this is just gonna make your mind boggle a little bit. So the one is, I wake up one morning and my alarm clock's going off, and I go to turn it off, and it says, it's got a little thing on it. It says, Jordan, if you leave now, you'll arrive at work at 7:55. I'm like, how the fuck does it know where I work at? And how the fuck does it know? And it just creeped me out, It's like, what the fuck?
Dude.
Turn my phone off, turn it back on. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? How do you know?
This is just the beginning, Rowdy. We've had cell phones, everyone's had a cell phone for 10 years.
Yeah.
Legitimately, everyone's had a cell phone, I'd say, for 10 years.
Yeah.
And, this is just the beginning, bro.
Yeah.
Look, in just these 10 years, I got my first cell phone, I graduated at 19, bought my first cell phone, started working, so I've had one for literally 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a tiny little flip phone. Then we had that you could barely download a fucking Tetris game to. And then I remember remember I had a flip phone that was like specifically like a speaker phone, and you could like upload music to it somehow through like a SD card or something. And then like your picture phones, and then like your keyboard phones, and then your slider phones, and now we're in smartphones. That's just in 10 years, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. That's what I was talking about earlier before you called in. Was fucking like what in the next 10 years? What in the next 25 years? How about the next 50 fucking years? What the fuck's about to happen, man? But I got one more thing that's really crazy that'll wig you out. We were talking about Plenty of Fish earlier today. I was telling you, back I used to use it, and I'm trying to meet girls on there and blah blah. Well, there's this chick that I met on Plenty of Fish, right? And on my app, on my phone. And, I went out and had drinks with her like once or twice, and, we talked for a while, and we texted, and she wasn't nothing, nothing ever came out of it. She was okay.
Yeah.
So the other day, like a couple weeks ago, I'm looking through my, watching my Facebook, and, people you may know pops up. And, who fucking pops up on it is her. She has no fucking mutual friends. She has no connection to me at all.
See what I said? They're all in cahoots, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. How did it know that I would know her? There's nobody even. She has no friends that are mine. She doesn't live around me. Doesn't fucking connect me in any way. But she comes up in people I may know. And what the fuck is that? That is nuts. That's scary, man.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. Like, it's funny, I got a text message from my dad. My dad's always about like 6 months behind us on his news.
Yeah.
He was like, I can see on the news that everything you got on Facebook or a smartphone, they're recording it. I'm like, yeah, Dad, it goes to this thing called the cloud, and it just, puts all your information on a hard drive, and if you ever get in trouble, then they can go back and open that and be like, oh, look what this guy was up to.
Yep. So true, man. It's I don't know, man. Like you said, that's just 10 years it's getting where it is, and we're just getting to the beginning. What the fuck's about to happen? I'm telling you. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Holograms and Terminators, man. Holograms and Terminators next 5 years.
Well, that's the other thing, too. Holograms, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you gotta figure, dude, like, we're gonna get to see Led Zeppelin. Like,
oh, yeah.
We're gonna see them motherfuckers on stage in a concert in a hologram.
Yep.
Because these fucking record companies are like, well, they're dead. We can keep making money off them. Let's fucking do it.
Exactly. And then you're gonna have fucking albums. They're gonna produce albums with, like, it'll be like a live album of Led Zeppelin's holograms, fucking live, unplugged. Unplugged. It's gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, that's not even them. Like, what? It's gonna be something. They'll have DVDs and shit, dude, and they'll make T-shirts. And they'll go on tour. You're right, man. We will see that shit. It's fucking nuts.
Do you think they got any cloned people, like, just intermingled in society?
Possibly. I don't doubt it. Let's put it that way. I was going to say that about clones. Like, they start breeding people.
Or maybe even, like, cyborgs.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about before, man. They're starting, like, have you seen the new RoboCop yet?
No.
Oh, dude, the new RoboCop, like, it's so fucking... I
don't want to watch it,
we're
man.
not far. All it is about a company in the future that, like, people that have amputees and they make robotic legs and arms and stuff that they use.
Yeah.
And the fucking dude gets blown up and his body, 90% of his body gets 4th degree burns on it, and his organs are all fucked up. So they take, like, his lungs and his brain and his head, pretty much, that's all. It's just his organs and his head, and they put him inside a robot. And he fucking, it's just crazy, dude. And, like, he can, he functions and stuff, but they can turn him off and turn him on and fuck with his brain and shit when they want. It's pretty fucking crazy, dude. That movie was made in 1980-something, 1889 or 90.
I think it was late 80s they were made. I remember watching one like 4 or 5.
And it seemed then like that was the most craziest shit ever. Like, that would never, and now it's like you watch it and you're like, whoa, this is like, might happen. This might happen next year. Like, they're already doing shit like this. Like, I don't know, man. It's just really crazy, real crazy. So.
Dude, what's up with all these small towns getting fucking these riot trucks and fucking tanks and shit. You see all that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're just more and more too. Fucking everybody's got. They all got like SWAT trucks now and fucking Humvees and down here, man, I see it all the time. Like, you'll just be driving and all of a sudden, dude, like a fucking convoy of fucking army trucks will fucking drive past the road, dude. It's like, what the fuck? You know? It's like, when all that snow,
sketchy, man.
when we had all that snow, when all the ice and shit was shut down, I mean, there was National Guard, but I mean, there was like, it was like the fucking army was here, man. Like, I mean, there was not even an inch of snow on the ground. It was ice. It was going to melt within a couple days, but they're, like, you driving down the road and there's fucking, you know, big army Humvees and guys with fucking like guns and shit. And it's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, there's snow on the ground. Like, why the fuck you guys are here? Like, it's not that serious, you know? Like, for the littlest things now, you know, they bring in the fucking cavalry. You know, yeah, police right now, and the police is getting a little scary. You know, I don't know, man.
Well, I know. First things first. They need to have cameras on all police officers.
I agree with that.
And essentially, I think they should have cameras with live Wi-Fi feeds, so you can go to the police department's website and click on the officers who are in duty and actually watch what they're doing.
I agree. I mean, why not? You know?
I mean, because you got to have the live feed, because if you ain't got the live feed and like, oh, JoJo got shot at a traffic stop, fucking, what happened to the videotape? Let's see the videotape. Oh, yeah, well, when the police officer took it off, I found the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that's why you got to have the live feed.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's not a bad idea, man. You can watch the officers while they're on duty. Why not?
Yeah, then you can see what the
watch,
fuck, you know,
they watch us.
You know, there ain't no crooked shit going on.
They watch us. Why can't we watch them?
Exactly.
We have cameras on every fucking street corner down here. Cameras everywhere. Why they're watching everything I do? Why can't I watch what they do when they're about? You know, that doesn't make sense. But you know, I don't think all cops are bad. I think there's a lot of good cops
they're not.
out there. There's a lot of cops doing what they. You know, I got into a fight with somebody the other day about fucking. You know, he's like, we don't need cops. We can protect ourselves. I was like, fucking, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy.
Okay, you ever seen the movie Scarface, Rowdy?
Yeah.
That was pussy shit compared to what was really going on in Miami.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, like there was like whole precincts and like whole graduating classes of Miami Police Academy all wound up dead or in prison, like 3 years in a row, like 100 of them, like each class, dude, all wound up dead or wound up in prison.
Really, that's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, what Scarface was I mean, that was just scratching the surface of how brutal it really was. You ever watch that Cocaine Cowboys?
Yeah, I've seen Cocaine Cowboy. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Cocaine. I've seen. Well, there's a second one that came out
I've never seen the second one, but I've seen the first one. Yeah, that's intense, man. But yeah, there's when it gets lawless, man. That's like, you know, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, maybe you have weapons. That's what I was telling this kid. Like, maybe you have.
You gotta hold the police accountable. That's it.
Yeah, you have to exactly. But and like you may have weapons to protect yourself, but not everybody does. You know.
Yeah.
You know, somebody don't even have a fighting chance, dude. They'll fucking, like you said, like in the Katrina and shit. They come and they take their guns away and leave them fucking defenseless. No police to help them. No nothing.
Might as well just kill me.
Yeah, might as well just fucking shoot me in the head because you've left me in the middle of nowhere, pure anarchy, with fucking nothing to protect myself. Like, you know, it's we can't all defend ourselves, man. So that's why the police are supposed to be there. But he was just trying to say it's just a revenue game, you know. It's just that's all they're there for is just to make money, and that's not what police are. That's not what the police department was made, and that's not, you know. I don't think that's what they all try to do is fucking meet a quota. You know, yeah, I'm sure there's some that do, but it's not that way, man. It's not all corrupt, you know. But it's just like you said, they need to be held accountable for what they do, and just because they have a badge doesn't mean they're not, you know, not allowed to be prosecuted or allowed to be let go when anybody else would have to serve, you know, time for it. It's just not. It's not right. So. Gotta hold them up to their fucking art standards, you know. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. But You
I'm
know?
telling what's crazy. Tell you what scares me is these fucking goddamn canine units.
Yeah.
I mean, really? I mean, can you put that dog on the stand and be like, so, dog, did you smell weed on him? Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, what the fuck is that? You mean to tell me a dog's gonna put my ass away in prison?
Yeah.
A dog.
Yeah.
Okay? I want a weed-smelling horse.
Yeah,
I got a
exactly.
weed-smelling horse that smell no weed. You know?
It didn't smell weed
What
out.
the fuck? We're going to the animal kingdom to bust people now?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, you know, if they're a good tool, they can sniff out shit, but, I mean, come on. It's Germany, man. I mean, those are German shepherds used to round up fucking Jews.
Yep, you're right. You're right, man. That's a scary
And they can shoot your dog and nothing happens, but yet you shoot that dog and you're killing him. You're killing
a police officer. You're going to prison for fucking maybe life, dude. You know? It's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it just, I don't know, man. Like that, like what they had in fucking Detroit, man, when the people were protesting about the water and they broke up that thing from the fucking Incredible Hulk, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's fucking
And
crazy.
I was telling a buddy that fucking, they're like, yeah, dude, they've been using them for years. I'm like, dude, if fucking, I was in Bellevue and the cops broke that fucking shit out, dude, I'd be going to war with my cops in town.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know?
It's like, what? Yeah, what? Yeah, and that's what I've heard from a lot of people. They use those things they've used them for years and years and years. It's like, whatever, but still the point, like, you know?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you cops, you gotta remember, when you take those badges off, you're still a citizen.
That's right.
You're not a one percenter. You're not a rich elite. You're just a fucking a bum like the rest of us. And then it's like that fucking like Stanford or Harvard did that test. They made a movie about it too.
Yeah, we read that in college.
Where they fucking the prisoners, they took like 12 or 24 students.
Yep.
12 were prisoners and 12 were guards, and
I forget what that's called.
They became abusive.
Yeah, they killed one, didn't they?
I'm not sure. I don't think in the movie, like, I think like the dude like Forrest Whitaker was like pissing on him, and then like in the middle of like pissing on him, like the lights turned on and like the test was over, and then like they had to like walk outside and they're like, oh, we're just the same again, and I just pissed on you for no reason because I was the guard and I treated you like shit, and I got an ego and you know, then that motherfucker's got to go live with himself for the rest of his life. What the fuck's the matter with me? Why was that bullying? You know, like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's a crazy, crazy story. I forget what the name of that is. It's something experiment.
The experiment, that's the name of it, yeah.
It's called The Experiment? Yeah, but it's actual, like, it really happened, and it's
I know, but that's the name of the movie. That's essentially the same exact.
I don't think I've ever seen the movie, but yeah, we read that, and that's crazy where they switch roles, and I want to say that somebody ended up dying in that, but I'm not positive. I'm not gonna quote me on it. But yeah, man, it's just we're all the same. We're all human beings, and we all should be treated accordingly. You know, some people are fucking crazy and you know deserve a harsh punishment for it. But you know, when it comes down to it, like no one's better than anybody. We're all fucking humans, all living on a fucking giant rock. You know,
flying through space. Yeah. Check this out, dude. Okay, if you know, if reality doesn't freak you out enough, you know, the fact that like we got these bugs and fucking and you know sharks and these giant fucking mammals, if that doesn't like get you excited or freak you out a little bit, think about this. You know, what the Earth is spinning in a circle at 1,000 miles per hour.
Yep.
Okay. And not only are we spinning in a circle at 1,000 miles an hour, we're rotating around a nuclear explosion going at 66,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all that's going on, you know, like, people are all worried about, like, oh, man, what's on TV? Oh, you know, so blind and shit. Like, I step out of the box and I get to think about, like, holy shit, I'm on this rock.
We know.
1,000 miles an hour going traveling at 66,000 miles an hour.
Yep. And if it stops at any time,
like, I think about that and I'm like, this life's pretty awesome.
Yep. And if it stops at any time, we're fucking dead. You know?
You
know, another thing is we're on you know, the axis of Earth is 23 degrees. I learned this in astronomy. We're tilted at a 23-degree axis, and that's why we rotate. Is that 23-degree? It like tips when it rotates, and that's why we have seasons. And that's why when we have winter, Australia has summer.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just crazy that works perfectly like that. Are you telling me that's just like fucking chance? Like, it's too weird, man. Too fucking weird. Everything just happens to work correctly in our galaxy that we can sustain life, but nobody else can. Get the fuck out of here. Like, doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. So, but.
Well, you know what I heard about the rovers?
What's that?
Rover that's on Mars?
Yeah.
Any life that would have been on there, let's say that there was life, let's just say there's life on Mars.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, we built this thing called the rover here, we touch it, and it's in our air, and then we send it to Mars. Essentially, we just contaminated everything on Mars. So if there was even microscopic life, we could have erased it.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, ain't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's fucking nuts. That is pretty scary, man.
Well, bro, I gotta get off here, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. It's always a fucking pleasure. Pretty soon.
No, it's always fun, man. It's always fun for me calling in.
3 weeks, man. 3 weeks, I'll be there. And,
yeah, we'll be podcasting together then.
That's right. It's gonna get intense, man. But like I said, Shane, thanks for coming on, man. And if you check out Shane's podcast, it's We Mess It All Up, people. Fucking awesome shit. So check that shit out.
I should have one out this week. So hopefully, I'll give it to you to share with all your people too. So.
Yep, I will, man. Well, have a good night, brother.
All right, you too, man.
All right, later, buddy.
Later.
So, that is Shane Hamer, one and only. I appreciate you joining me. Appreciate, comment on this video, comment on the RowdCast. Always send your feedback to me. Rowdy MMA fan at live.com. If you want to email me, keep spreading the word for me. Keep checking me out. If you like the shit I talk about, it off the wall, bonkers, craziness. I'm me. I'm not changing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still gonna be here. I'm on the internet, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it. So appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And till next time, I'm Roddy Radloff, and I'm out of here. Later.